We've all had those cringe-worthy moments when we instantly regret something we did, and thanks to modern technology, these epic fails are often caught on camera for the world to see. So, buckle up and get ready for 30 unforgettable moments of pure regret, all caught on tape. Trust me, you won't want to miss these. You know those moments where things go wrong and somehow get even worse? This guy slipped and hit the ground hard, and just when it couldn't get more embarrassing, two people rushed over to help. But guess what? They both fell exactly the same way. Who knew helping someone could be so hazardous? Think you're smarter than a crow? Think again. This guy wanted a lone bird off his car and decided to shoo it away. Instead of flying off, the crow called in reinforcements, and suddenly, the guy found himself under attack by an entire flock of furious birds. Next time, he might think twice before messing with nature's most vengeful creatures. Imagine feeling all tough with a gun in your hands, only to be completely humbled by one huge mistake. This guy, probably trying to look like an action hero, forgot all about recoil. As soon as he fired, the gun flew straight out of his hands and left him looking like a beginner. It's that instant regret when you realize your movie dreams just collided with reality. So here goes. A peaceful river, birds chirping, the soft splash of water. And then boom, blaring electronic music ruins the vibe. What happened next? Let's just say the boaters learned the hard way that you don't mess with someone who rides a jet ski like it's their personal chariot of justice. Ah, snow. It's beautiful, until it isn't. This guy was having a blast kicking at snow piles, enjoying the crisp winter air. That is, until his shoe went flying into a nearby stream. The moment it started floating away, you could practically hear the sad music playing in his head.
Oh, my shoe! No!
Moral of the story? Snow days are fun, but not worth losing your favorite kicks over. They say teamwork makes the dream work, but sometimes it just makes a mess. This husband decided to help his wife set up for a party. Sweet, right? Except his helping led to decorations falling, supplies scattering, and his wife giving him that look. By the end of it, you're left wondering, was it a decoration fail or a relationship test? Sometimes justice comes faster than expected. This burglar thought he'd be clever by sticking his hand through a letter slot to unlock a door. Little did he know, the homeowner was right there, ready to deliver a dose of instant regret. With one swift move, they smashed the burglar's hand so hard it looked like it might have broken. Imagine the thief, stuck there in shock, probably rethinking every life choice that led to that moment. If you ever wondered whether karma is real, this is your answer. Virtual reality lets you escape reality, but not its physical consequences. One guy got way too into his VR adventure, swinging and dodging like he was in a blockbuster action movie. Then, bam, he collided with his furniture. The worst part? The furniture won. It's a reminder that while VR is immersive, you might want to clear some space before you start fighting imaginary villains. Ever seen someone trip and fall in the most embarrassing way? Now imagine that person is a princess, and she's being carried down the stairs in a palanquin. As if that wasn't bad enough, her throne also came crashing down on top of her. If you're royalty, you might want to double-check your palanquin's stability next time. A kid casually dribbling a basketball on the sidewalk, probably feeling like a future NBA star. Then, the ball slips away, rolls onto the road, and bam! A motorcyclist hits it, loses control, and crashes. Talk about the worst kind of timing. Everyone loves a good drama, and this wallet situation had all the makings of one. A woman claimed her stolen wallet was stuffed with cash, gift cards, and even a calculator. Who even carries those anymore? But the accused thief gave himself away by blurting out, "There was no earpiece in there, ma'am." The room went silent, then erupted in laughter. It's one thing to get caught stealing, but accidentally snitching on yourself?
Gift cards in there, my earpiece, and a calculator.
There was no earpiece in there, ma'am.
Stop it.
You wouldn't expect your car to be hit by a rock, at least not in the way it happened here. This driver was just minding their own business, cruising along, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a giant rock came loose and landed right on top of their car. It smashed the vehicle like a pancake. Getting stuck can be frustrating, but impatience can make things a whole lot worse. This driver found their car door caught on a fence and decided to force it loose by driving forward. Big mistake. The door came off entirely, leaving them with a much bigger problem. It's a textbook example of how rushing only multiplies your regrets. At least the fence is free now. Courtrooms are all about seriousness, but this case was a comedy waiting to happen. A young woman got off easy after being charged with unauthorized prescription possession, just a $5,000 fine. But instead of being grateful, she gave the judge a sassy goodbye. Big mistake.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
He called her back, doubled the fine, and still wasn't done. Her sarcasm earned her 30 days in jail for contempt.
Come back again. Come back again. Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I find you in
denying.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
We all love a thrill, but this guy took things too far. He saw a decommissioned water slide and thought, hey, why not give it a try? Well, turns out, riding a broken water slide is less fun and more painful. The ride was bumpy, the landing was hard, and he probably regretted every decision that led to that moment. Gender reveals are supposed to be magical moments filled with cheers, laughter, and maybe even a few tears of joy. But for one poor girl, her big moment went hilariously south. The grand reveal shot, meant to dazzle the crowd, was a complete miss. Instead of a bright burst of color, there was just silence. Everyone stood there, unsure whether to laugh or feel sorry for her. Imagine planning this for weeks, only to have it go viral for all the wrong reasons. Messing with royal guards is a time-honored tourist mistake, but this incident was next-level hilarious. The guards brought in a horse with zero patience for foolishness, and anyone who got too close learned that the hard way. Watching tourists jump back in shock as the horse asserted its dominance was oddly satisfying. Respect the guards, or face the hoof. Handling a gun takes skill, and a whole lot of respect for the recoil. One guy clearly missed the memo. He aimed, shot, and immediately got smacked in the face as the gun flew out of his hands. The look of surprise said it all. This was not his brightest moment. Let's just say his next target practice probably involves a lot more caution and fewer witnesses. Here's a classic case of instant karma that's straight out of a cartoon. A man decided, for no good reason, to take off his shoe and throw it at a dog. Maybe he thought he'd scare it off, but oh no, this dog wasn't backing down. Instead, it turned into an angry little warrior, charging at the man with all the ferocity it could muster. You'd think the most stressful part of a ceremony would be the speeches or the crowd. But for this altar boy, the real drama was caused by something far more dangerous: a candle too close to his head. One wrong move and, oops, his hair went up in smoke. Imagine standing there, trying to keep your cool as your hair slowly catches fire. Definitely not the moment you want to steal the spotlight. Maybe next time he'll keep his head a little further from the flames. Talk about a cheer gone wrong. During a particularly enthusiastic celebration, a soldier accidentally knocked off the general's hat. The instant her hand touched that brim, the look of pure terror on her face said it all. She knew she was in trouble. It's the kind of moment where you just want to rewind time, or better yet, disappear entirely. Safe to say, next time, she'll be cheering with a little more caution. Have you ever wondered how calm you'd be if a shark swam up to you? This guy put it to the test when a shark passed so close to him that it brushed against his body. But instead of panicking, he remained surprisingly chill, almost like he had a pet shark. Either this guy's nerves are made of steel, or he was too stunned to move. Either way, it's an encounter that most of us would never want to face, especially if you're a fan of not becoming dinner. Here's a warning for anyone who thinks it's okay to treat an airplane like their living room. This passenger decided to stretch out and put their feet where they absolutely didn't belong. But karma came in quick, delivering the ultimate payback, a surprise, cold shower. It's one thing to get called out by a fellow passenger, but getting drenched mid-flight, that's a whole new level of regret. Who doesn't love a good act of kindness? One man was just doing the right thing by holding the door open for someone. But as soon as he closed it, the entire door came off its hinges, leaving him holding nothing but the handle. You can almost hear the sad trombone in the background as he stood there, stunned. It's the kind of situation where you just want to vanish into the floor. Trying to get the perfect shot is always tempting, but this guy took it to the extreme. He stuck his hand out of an airplane window to snap the perfect pic or video. But instead of getting a cool shot, he lost his camera to the wind in seconds. It's one of those moments where you instantly wish you could rewind and make a different decision. But the camera's gone, and all you have is the footage of your own regret. Some drivers think they own the road, refusing to let anyone pass, but this guy wasn't having it. When a stubborn driver wouldn't budge, he pulled the ultimate fake out, pretending to take an exit. The other cars sped up, thinking they'd won, only to see him zip back onto the main road ahead of them. It was a masterclass in outsmarting road bullies, and honestly, kinda satisfying to watch. Some people dream of being a Disney princess, but not everyone gets the fairy tale ending. One woman was surrounded by birds, channeling her inner Snow White. But instead of serenading her, the birds turned on her, flapping and swooping like a scene from The Birds. The look on her face, pure regret. Ever try to do something sweet only for it to completely blow up in your face? That's what happened when this woman let go of her balloons, probably thinking it was a harmless, celebratory moment. But instead of floating off peacefully, the balloons got stuck in power lines and caused a massive explosion. Who knew birthday balloons could be so dangerous? There's nothing quite as satisfying as instant karma, especially when a thief gets busted in real time. A store owner's sharp instincts kicked in just as someone tried to shoplift. The thief thought they were slick, but their plan unraveled in seconds. Watching the tables turn was a chef's kiss moment of justice. Turns out, you can't outsmart experience. There you have it. 30 moments of instant regret caught on camera. These moments remind us that regret often comes when we least expect it. But hey, that's what makes life entertaining. So the next time you find yourself in an oops moment, just remember, you're probably making someone else's day a little brighter.